Tarragon shrimp salad, such a great summer lunch. It's really quite elegant. You can also pack it up for a picnic. Sounds great, doesn't it? So I've cooked 2 pounds of shrimp. And what I'm doing is I've left some of them whole, and some of them I'm cutting in half horizontally. I don't know why, but I just like the texture of some big ones and some smaller ones. And while I cut these, I'm going to show you the method I use for cooking them. It comes from my friend Joanne Colleen at Al Forno Restaurant, and they come out perfectly every time. I put 2 pounds of peeled and deveined 16 to 20 count shrimp in a saucepan. Poured in 8 cups of cold water, and it must be cold water. Added 3 tablespoons of Pernod, the French anise-flavored aperitif. 1 tablespoon of salt. Turned the heat on and cooked the shrimp uncovered, stirring them occasionally for 10 minutes until they were just firm and pink. Then I drained them and allowed them to cool for 15 minutes. Trust me, that makes the tenderest, most delicious shrimp. And that little bit of Pernod really makes a difference. Okay, I'm going to combine the two, the large shrimp and the shrimp cut in half. Then I'm going to add some lemon, because all shrimp salad needs lemon juice. Just a couple of tablespoons right in. Lots of salt and pepper. And just give it a big stir. Okay, next the vegetables. So I need a cup of celery right into the bowl. Just some scallions right in. I've got fresh tarragon. Tarragon is a great flavor for shrimp. This is like a one-bowl wonder. Next, I need 2/3 of a cup of mayonnaise. That should be about right. And just mix the whole thing together. This is such a great salad. So I'm just going to give it a toss, make sure everything's really well distributed. Now you can certainly put this in a bowl, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm going to show you how I like to serve this. It looks really gorgeous. So I've got baby bib lettuce that I've cut the leaves apart, and they make really nice cups for the salad. So I'll show you what I do. So I got a big platter. I'm going to fill it with these leaves of bib lettuce. It's really important to wash them and spin them dry so they're really dry. But then I'm going to fill these little cups with shrimp salad. So much prettier than just a bowl of shrimp. Just a big spoonful of shrimp in each leaf, and then everyone can help themselves. Okay, just fill each one. This makes a great summer lunch. Looks so pretty. I love the green lettuce. It sort of sets off the salad really well. Okay. And then I always like to garnish things with what's in it, so you know the flavors. So maybe just a little bit of lemon. If somebody wants a little more lemon, it's right there. A little bit of tarragon, just a rough chop. Right on top. A little bit of salt at the end. So that's shrimp and tarragon salad. It's so good. I'm gonna make an amazing sandwich. It's a tomato mozzarella pan bagnat, which is kind of a mashup between a tomato mozzarella and basil sandwich, and a pan bagnat, which is from Provence. So the vinaigrette is pretty complex. It's got lots of flavors in it, starting with 3 tablespoons of minced shallot, 2 teaspoons of garlic, 1.5 tablespoons of red wine vinegar, and then I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of balsamic vinegar, just to give it a more complex flavor. And 2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard, all very Provençal flavors. Okay, 2 teaspoons of salt. Such a great sandwich to pack up and take on a picnic, take to work. 1 teaspoon of pepper. And then I'm going to whisk in half a cup of olive oil. And the mustard is going to emulsify it. And as though it doesn't have enough flavor, I'm going to put in 6 anchovy fillets that I've chopped up, 2 tablespoons of capers. They're drained. You don't want the liquid to get into this. 2 tablespoons. And 1/4 cup of Kalamata olives. I like the brininess of them. Okay, that's the vinaigrette. Time to build the sandwiches. Watch this. So I'm using ciabatta. You can use any kind of bread that's kind of dense, but the ciabatta toasts really well. And I've got 2 slices of tomato on each one. And then I'm just gonna put a generous helping of vinaigrette on top of the tomatoes and the bread. Okay, then the next layer is mozzarella. I thought fresh basil would be great in each sandwich. Then I'm going to take the top of the ciabatta and put the vinaigrette on the bottom side of it and put it right on top of the sandwich. And now I'm going to weight them. I'll show you what I do. I want them to sort of compress a little bit. So put another sheet pan on top and a couple of heavy cans that you have in your pantry. These are amazing sandwiches. Wait till you see how compressed these get in an hour. They're gonna make really good sandwiches. Look at that. And now I've got a panini machine. I've got it nice and hot, and I'm gonna put 2 of them in. Yum. I can hear the mozzarella sizzling. I know it's done. Look how great these look. Wow. And they are hot. Look at the inside of this. Doesn't that look fabulous? All of those flavors in there. Wrap it up into a bag. Portable food. Can't wait to eat this. I'm gonna make my pasta, pesto, and pea salad for my picnic. So I cooked the pasta already. I actually made 2 different kinds, bow ties, little bow ties, and fusilli, these, but you can use any kind of dried pasta. So the first thing I'm going to do is make pesto, which is wonderful. It's this basil and garlic, really old-fashioned Italian thing. So I need a little bit of walnuts in the food processor, about 1/4 cup. Tablespoon of pinoles, which are pine nuts. Pesto is usually made with one or the other, but I like the flavor when you make it with both. Next ingredient is garlic, like 3 big pieces of garlic, and salt and pepper. Salt. And lots of pepper. I like it really spicy. Lots of pepper. And then 1½ cups of basil. Just dump it right in. And I'm going to puree this. And then while that's going, I'm going to pour in about 1/3 cup of olive oil. Right through the feed tube. So that's basic pesto, and then I'm going to add a few more ingredients to make a sauce. For some Parmesan cheese. I actually add spinach. It's frozen chopped spinach that's been defrosted, about 1/2 package. And about 3/4 cup of mayonnaise. And just a squeeze of fresh lemon. This is a really great sauce on pasta because it's spicy and it's flavorful. There we go. Nice lemon. The lemon and the spinach are going to keep the pesto from turning brown. So that's the pasta and the pesto. I'm going to toss this together. So you can really smell the garlic, and you see the spinach has kept the pesto really green. So now we have pasta pesto. We need peas. So I have the frozen peas that I've defrosted. I'm just going to add some, maybe 1/2 package. And for lots of flavor, I'm going to add more Parmesan cheese. It's a little more salt and pepper. And the last ingredient is pinoli nuts. I think these really add just a great flavor to the salad. And they look great, so it's green and white. So let's make sure this tastes right. Oh, it's got so much flavor. Parmesan and basil and garlic. My picnic by the pond, I'm making all kinds of portable food, including lemon bars for dessert. So I'm going to start with 2 sticks of butter, half a cup of sugar. Why do all my recipes start with 2 sticks of butter? It's for a party, though. I'm just going to cream those together. And then with the mixer on low, add 2 cups of flour. And an eighth of a teaspoon of salt. Great. This is really a shortbread dough. It's so much easier to make. It doesn't require a rolling pin. I'm just going to pat it right into the pan. Okay. Put it right into a 9 by 12 pan. Don't even have to grease the pan because there's butter in the dough. I'm just going to flour my hands and press this out. I'm going to chill it for about 15 minutes, and then later on I'm going to make a wonderful lemon curd filling and pour it on top of the baked dough, and then cut them out in squares for my party. Okay, just chill for 15 minutes. For my picnic by the pond, I'm making lots of portable food, including lemon bars for dessert. I've got the crust all baked and cooled, and now I'm making the filling. So I've got 6 eggs, 3 cups of sugar. I'm just going to whisk it all together. These are really lemony lemon bars. I've got lots of lemon juice and lots of zest in them, and great flavor. Okay, next thing is 2 tablespoons of grated lemon zest, which I've already got right there. Cup of fresh lemon juice. I can already smell the sharpness of the citrusy lemon. And the last thing is 1 cup of flour. Just put the flour in slowly so it doesn't get lumpy. And when this is done, I'm going to pour it onto the crust, put it in the oven, 350 degrees for 30 to 35 minutes until it sets. And when they're cool, I'm going to cut them in big squares and dust them with confectioner's sugar. Okay. Just pour it right in. Last thing is dessert lemon bars. I'm just going to dust them with a little bit of powdered sugar. These are so lemony. I can't wait for dessert. And I've cut 12 of them in this pan. It's always the first one that's hard to get out. Got it. Okay, we'll wrap it in parchment paper. I'm making tarragon potato salad. So first I'm just going to test them and make sure they're really done. And I just use a cake tester, a skewer. Okay, no resistance, exactly right. I'm going to drain them. I'll show you what I do. I have a little secret about this. So this is 2 pounds of Yukon Gold potatoes. I boil these for about 15 to 30 minutes, depending on the size of the potatoes. And what I'm going to do is I drain them and then take a nice clean kitchen towel, got to be clean, and put it right over the top and just let them steam for about 10 minutes. And the steam gets in the potatoes and they end up perfectly cooked. So in the meantime, I'm going to make the dressing. Most potato salads are so boring. They're like potatoes and mayonnaise with maybe a little salt if you're lucky. I just think they can be really flavorful. I add lots of fresh herbs like tarragon and dill. I start with 1 cup of mayonnaise. You don't have to make your own. 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. I like a little bit of acid in things like this. It just gives it an edge that really gives it lots of flavor. This is a small lemon, so it should be perfect. 2 tablespoons of tarragon vinegar. If you don't have tarragon vinegar, any good white wine vinegar is fine. Don't go out and buy a whole bottle of tarragon vinegar for 2 tablespoons. 2 teaspoons of salt. Remember, this is the dressing, and potatoes are fairly bland, so you want them to have lots of flavor. 1 teaspoon of pepper, and just give it a whisk together. And then I'm gonna add tarragon, fresh dill, red onion, scallions. It's gonna have really good flavor. So these potatoes are just cool enough to handle. I actually love to put the dressing on a potato salad while the potatoes are still warm because it really absorbs better. 2 pounds of potatoes. All done. Okay, into a bowl. And remember, you want to do this while they're still a little bit warm. This isn't the time to go answer the phone. Okay, enough dressing just to moisten it. Give it a big stir. And see, when you toss it, it breaks up a little bit. So you don't want to make them too small to start with. Okay, next, 3 tablespoons of chopped scallions, just right into the salad. 3 tablespoons of minced onions. And then some fresh herbs to give it a really fresh flavor. So I'm going to use dill and tarragon, 2 tablespoons of each one. Just give the dill a nice rough chop. I love the smell of it. Okay, 2 tablespoons of fresh tarragon. And then I'm going to put the rest of the dressing in. I think it really needs it. It's kind of my habit to put half the dressing in and then half later when I'm done. You just never know how much it's going to absorb, and I hate when it's just soggy. So give it a nice stir. The nice thing about this potato salad is it has to sit for about 30 minutes. All the flavors meld together. They get into the potatoes. And then Barbara and I are going to have a tasting. See if it's good.